No, Bob, you're hot. Hello! Shootin the Shibby, episode 44, coming at you live here on Twitch or recorded tomorrow. How's everyone doing? By the power of the internet, yes.
My mic wasn't on, for starters.
Well, that sounds like a personal problem.
Hate it when that happens.
Well, speaking of personal problems, I learned something about wine.
Oh boy,
Wine is hard. Wine is difficult. I don't know.
it's easy. Drink it.
See, that's the easy part, but your body consuming it and maintaining composure with it is the difficult. We did a wine tasting over the weekend with a group of friends. It was a lot of fun. What you do is we all bought 2 bottles of the same wine. Like, we all bought a pair of wine, and then you put it in a brown bag. You mark it if it's a red or a white, and then it's just R1, R2, R3, R4, whatever. You keep on going, and the first person.
I didn't know you were playing with a bunch of PlayStation controllers. Ha ha ha. R1, R2, R3.
I actually didn't even understand that joke. Thank you for explaining it. Well, we it's okay. We were also playing with a lot of whites. That was a consistent joke for the evening since we had white wine. And I was like, I looked at someone right in the eyes. I was like, yeah, I'm not really a fan of whites. And then I kind of was like, wait. I did take 2. I'm not a fan of white wine, but either way, I just maybe have tasted a little too quick because the whole entire night I was like, I'm good, I'm drunk. I blacked out. And I just remember around Mario Kart, the lights turned off, and then they turned back on the next morning, and
the lights turned off, and I was missing a kidney.
Well, usually I haven't blacked out in a long time, and I'm not a person I don't think, oh, bro, you fucking blacked out so hard.
Yeah,
I don't. Nobody should black out. There's no fun in blacking out. I like remembering the times that we spend with each other. I also like having.
As we go on,
I like.
we remember.
I like having control of what comes out of my mouth because apparently I said some inappropriate jokes, but that's whatever. But either way, the next morning, I opened my phone. Apparently, I talked to someone on Bumble, and the worst part was I gave her. She hit me with a two correct things and a lie, and it was like,
yes,
well,
two truths and a lie.
2 truths and a lie. But I forgot the lie, I guess, because I wrote I like ska music. I have a podcast, and I love Volkswagen. And I'm like, shit, I didn't lie. Oh well, I was gonna delete you. So I just sorry, Bumble person.
She's like, he could have been the one, and she's like, I like all those things.
Well, no, she actually just responded. She's like, you definitely don't like Volkswagen, and I was like, well,
you don't understand me.
I just deleted her.
I'm sorry, and then this isn't going to work out.
I opened up my internet browser, and I was like, oh, I forgot that we played Fibbage. Huh. Because the Fibbage game was still open in my internet browser. Did the classic phone keys, this one. But I was kind of telling my story, because like I said, I said a few things that I shouldn't have. And I was telling my story to a guy, and he was like, well, at least it's not your fault. And I kind of just looked at him for a second. I was like, what are you... Of course it's my fault. Like, just because Blackout Spencer isn't normal Spencer doesn't mean that Blackout Spencer gets a get-out-of-jail-free card.
I still don't think it's your fault, too. But
it is my fault. I mean, I'm not saying that I murdered someone while I was drunk, but, like...
No, but you said something that was a fact. You didn't, make an inappropriate joke. No, you just said something that was an actual fact that happened. And
it's still inappropriate in the context and the situation. And... a certain somebody was not happy, and that is fair, and I apologize, and everything's under the water. But I'm just gonna stick to beer. Everything goes south when I do anything above.
When you drink beer, you're in the clear, kids. Remember that.
Absolutely. I've come to realize. I don't know if I just black out easier in my old age, but I've also come to realize the merit in light beer, which I thought I would never say. It's something I thought I would have had in college, but. I mean, it's just like, if you have one of those days where you're going to a tailgate and people start drinking at the ass crack of dawn, like a light beer is a proper thing if you're going to drink for the entire day. It's not proper to get something like a Mad Elf, which is just like a 10%er, a 10% hitter, and try and just drink the entire day with that, because then you'll pull a Spencer and just pass out and wake up. And I'm 28 years old. This shouldn't be happening anymore. But either way, how was you guys' weekends?
Mine was good. I made a purchase. I'm an adult now, which means I can buy what I want, and I bought myself a car.
I congratulate you on your car. However, I never understood this whole thing where, like, old cars are not adult cars. Because I'm actually in the boat where I kind of wish I went older instead of newer with my new car without that.
Well, the reason I say I'm an adult is because I put all of my money towards it. I put, my money towards
That's
the insurance and did all of that. I researched my car. The only thing I needed any sort of help with was actually, going through the negotiations and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, we've talked plenty about dealership sharks on this podcast.
Oh yeah, and with the help from a couple other people, plus my father, plus talking about it here on the podcast, I wound up getting a pretty decent deal out of the thing. So
there you go.
It's a new to me used car, but I love it very much.
Nice. It was a 2018.
It is.
Oh, it is. So someone was just like, I'm going to buy this and return it. I don't like it.
It was originally owned by a rental car company. So my car's a previous rental. So you haven't seen it yet, or like
I saw it in a lot. No,
aside from the picture,
I just think of the ways that I would never mistreat someone else's property, but I'm just thinking about the ways my friends have driven rental cars before. How was it drive? How was it drive though?
Nice.
Yeah,
very nice.
How many miles you got on it?
33,000.
Okay, that ain't bad at all. Damn, that thing did some traveling for a year.
Yep.
Wow.
The most I ever seen someone drive was a friend of mine drove 50,000 miles in a year.
A year?
In a year.
Did they just put their car on autopilot and go to sleep overnight? how does that even happen?
I don't recall it, but he I think he worked a lot in the city,
right,
and back in Pearl River, which is not too far, but he drove literally every single day. I remember that kid driving. Like anytime we did anything, he was the one driving. But,
right.
He one time he was like at the end he was just like, dude, I put 50,000 miles on my car. And
I would venture to say when I was working at my previous job, I put 20,000 miles on my car in 1 year.
That sounds like what I do. I have a 2011 and I rolled over $130. So she's getting up there.
Oh wow, I didn't realize you had that many miles on your car.
Oh yeah, I also forget that 2011 wasn't like 4 years ago anymore.
Well, I traded in a 2007, and when I traded in, I had 165,000 miles.
We have a comment that says it's about 137 miles a day on average.
So them and the live studio attendee did the math together. They did the math.
They did. Thanks, friends.
Thanks, studio attendee.
But I'm very happy about the car. You can check out a picture of the car on my Instagram at Bob_on-air.
It's a Chevy Impala.
Yes.
I didn't know if you were like avoiding saying it for whatever reason, but if you could just give it the Instagram.
Everybody go find Bob.
Dude,
every Chevy Impala out there is Bob. Annoy them.
I will say, I don't know who the lead designers at Chevy were like, what if we made cars that weren't fucking boring?
Post-bankruptcy.
Oh.
2012, they went bankrupt. 2013, they came out with a new body style of the Impala.
Wow, it's like people don't like boring shit.
What a surprise.
Volkswagen, take notes. Bring back the manual. Don't become a full EV company. What the fuck are you doing? Come on, man.
Unfortunately, 2019 is the last year for Chevy Impalas. R.I.P.
Really?
Yeah.
What's their big sedan?
This is their big sedan, but they're going the way Ford is. The only car Ford is releasing now is the Mustang.
Well, yeah,
every other car is either a crossover or an SUV.
Right, Ford makes garbage cars. If I were Ford, I'd be like, we tried.
Yeah.
Found on roadside dead. I understand cars.
There's also fix or repair daily, and then there's also fucked on race day. Just so you know, that's what Ford stands for.
Except for this past year in NASCAR, but I'm not going to go into in NASCAR on this podcast.
Do you think Toyota's going to bring the Supra to NASCAR?
They are.
Is it going to actually look like the Supra, or is it going to look like a stock car with like stretched out Supra graphics on it?
It's that picture I posted on your Facebook status.
I completely forget. I blame the wine.
Fair enough. But yeah, they're bringing the Supra to the NASCAR Xfinity Series, which is the minor league.
Neat. Good thing that it's got a manual Supra was supposed to have a manual transmission. They were marketing it as a vehicle with a manual transmission. So I was talking to my little brother about this, and like I get it. The manual's a dying breed.
I'm showing Spencer a picture of the car right now, or the Xfinity car.
That
seems so
special because it looks like. So have you ever seen like in Super Smash? You've seen like them take the skins of different characters and put it on a different, like you could put Pikachu skin on Luigi's body.
Yes.
That looks like they took a Supra and put it on just a stock car, which, I mean, that's actually exactly what they did. But the contours of the vehicle do not match the contours of the body that it's on.
No.
It is. I like Pikachu and Ganondorf's body.
That sounds terrifying.
It is terrifying.
But
it's got super long legs.
And I also noticed, like, Toyota can't build anything cool anymore on their own. And now, again, Toyota is the brand that's the pinnacle of practicality, but they, like, the Toyota FRS and FT86 and whatever, that was a partnership with Subaru, and the new Supra is a partnership with BMW. Because they use a straight six so like the original Supra had a 2JZ, which is a straight six motor. BMW is known for the straight six motors. Even though Toyota still produces brand new 2JZs and they would just refuse to put it in a modern car, they took a BMW straight six. But like the only thing that's going to get me is like BMWs are maintenance, and I don't think that's new news to anybody. And like one of the beauties of the original Supra and their 2JZ motor was just how stupid it was, overly engineered in all the right ways. It was just a stupidly reliable motor that I'm curious to see how the BMW partnership with Toyota will, if it will live up to Toyota's reliability, how much they're known for their reliability. And that has been my automotive TED Talk.
I was about to say, welcome to Spencer Talks About Cars, the podcast.
This is how I feel when you go off in your video game rambles.
Bob and I will sit here and listen to Spencer rant about stuff.
Excuse me. Bob brought up the NASCAR.
I did.
He participated,
and
therefore it was a conversation.
I actually understood about 3/4 of what Spencer
was saying.
Look
at you go.
Proud of you.
Yay.
I am proud of you, Bob. I understood nothing.
Well, see, this is
it
why
it went in one ear and right out the other.
This is one of the reasons why I can't wait to start my.
You're wearing headphones. If you were wearing headphones, it would have stayed in your head.
In your head.
Actually, if I was wearing headphones, it wouldn't even get in my head because it was blocking the sound from coming in.
Anyway, Spence, what were you saying?
No, I just say I can't wait to start my solo Twitch streaming, because if there's one person that loves to listen to myself talk, it's me.
Well, I guess this is the end of the podcast. Spencer can't wait to go solo.
I'm just leaving, man. It's just me walking down a road with a coat draped over my back. It's like, I'm out of here. I'm leaving this town.
Who's the Yoko Ono?
Up?
Yeah, exactly.
Spencer's John Lennon and Yoko Ono at the same time.
Oh, speaking of quitting things.
This really is the last episode of the podcast. Damn.
Actually, no. I quit CrossFit.
Still checking it off the bingo board.
I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. If you ever had this bingo board that we never actually made, boom, you could just rip that tile right off.
Excuse me?
Excuse me, Princess. Yeah, my bad.
Actually.
Okay, well, I like the lights.
It was drooping and didn't look good. I just took it down.
Well, Excuse me, Mr. Shootin the Shibby?
No, you didn't.
Bingo board.
I forgot about that. I just love the gigantic D.
Also, did you tell me no, I didn't, but you're looking at the stream that's delayed?
What?
You told me I didn't take down the lights, and you looked over, and you're like, you didn't take it down? I was like, that was the delayed stream, idiot.
Well, I was looking at the stream. I saw you like it looked like you didn't take down the ones in front of me.
Yeah,
Turns out you did.
Because I have super long arms to take down the ones. They were already down. That was the point.
Huh. Time travel is hard.
I'm starting to understand why Spencer doesn't get Twitch.
I get Twitch. The issue is I don't want delayed audio.
I shouldn't have said anything. I'm sorry.
Whatever. There's nothing fun to listen to about me ranting about how I can't make a Twitch setup.
So it's been a while since we've played a game, and I figured we should change that.
Okay.
Go on.
You know what? We should change that. We should change that, and that's just it. So this is more of just an open discussion. This isn't
Bob. This is why I'm gonna let you talk.
You set yourself up for the alley-oop and just riffed.
But I went for the slam dunk, but forgot to jump. It just kept running and ran into the pole.
Bob kept talking, but I just saw in his face he just blue screened.
Bob's like, "Wait, no one interrupted me. I'm talking, but."
Bob successfully.
I've never said this many words in a row before.
Bob successfully deleted System 32.
Bob's programming was like, if you say over 10 words, fucking panic. You don't know what to do after that. It's like, remember in a friend of ours, he has like only two things he can talk about. And if you go past that, his like brain goes through like the roulette wheel, but it always still lands on sports. And if you don't want to talk about sports, he's just like, sports. Women's soccer.
Was my shitty, like, I think, was that Creed? Was my shitty Creed joke the one that got you?
No, it was just...
Because like, it's been a while, and I'm sorry.
Because I had the idea of what I was going to say in my head, and then it just, poof, just disappeared.
We both looked at you. We lost him.
Like, yeah?
Well, I thought I fucked it. I was like, shit, did I say something stupid again? Sorry, I'm really self-conscious about that right now.
Oh, my God, get over yourself.
I'm trying.
So
You're not doing a good job.
I've noticed. Thank you, sir.
So I figured we'd play a game today called Songs in the Key of English.
If you need a break, just let us know.
Okay, we'll do.
Do you want me to read it and also play it at the same time?
No, sir, that's cheating. So the way the game works is I took song lyrics from songs that you all should know. And it's not going to be, I'm not going to be a dick and say, oh, I put this from the 5th verse of the 3rd refrain in the 2nd half of the word.
Did you get all that, Brian?
I'm taking like the opening
Yeah, what I
lines of the
understand
song.
is that we have no relation. Absolutely nothing, which is what you're about to become. That was a Spaceballs reference, everyone.
Oh.
I don't remember that part of the movie.
I am your brother's sister's cousin's once removed former roommate. What does that make us? Absolutely nothing, which is what you're about to become.
So the way I did this is I took either the opening lines of the song or the refrain of a song or a part of the song that you guys will know.
Okay.
And I ran it through Google Translate. And the way I did this is I put it from English to Spanish to French.
Don't look at the page.
To Italian.
I was looking at my name on the back.
To Japanese. To Yiddish. To Swedish. To German. To Polish. And then back to English.
How long
So
did
that
this
was
take you?
That was 10.
You don't have to admit it. It's okay.
A while.
Well, hey, man.
My entire work week.
I appreciate your efforts.
Yes.
It was better than me just cursing over a computer trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing wrong for Twitch.
So I will give you guys an example one. This one does not count. Okay. I will give you an example one. And the first person to, I would say, raise their hand.
I downloaded
Don't just shout
a
it
button
out.
app, too, for this. But
Oh.
yeah, I did.
A button app? Oh, for like a...
Like a hack.
Yeah, but if we both hit it at the same time, they're both just going to go... Meh.
See? I got a whole button app.
Well, you get the button app, and then Spencer, you just go hack.
Okay.
That's not obnoxious. Let's just,
Kerplunk! That'll be mine.
Why don't we just both go?
Okay. So I'll give you the first one, and we'll see how you guys do.
Okay.
You have to just name the song. I don't care about the artist. When they take me, I sit at my desk. I have a gun in my hand.
Nights. Ah, shit.
Brian.
Would it be Keys Be Nights by Streetlight Manifesto?
Why, yes, it would be.
I forgot to do the birthday.
Point, Brian. I don't care if it doesn't count. Still my point.
The rest of the song is, I have a gun in my hand, and I'm wearing a ballet vest. I sing, me, my time is fast. As soon as you find out, you will die at the end of the night. And he said...
Da, 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 da. Hey!
So that is
That actually
how,
wasn't that far off, minus the ballet vest.
That's how this game works.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys ready to give this a shot?
I guess you gotta remember to go... Darn.
Yeah, don't just say the name. All right, first one.
Are we taking off?
I think she's trying to find
I think
something.
our live studio attendee is finding
ways for us to make sounds at each other. Cool. We'll just shoot guns at each other.
We're testing. Are you just gonna shoot?
We're just gonna test how to use old laser things as.
Yeah, just hand it to me off to the side.
Yeah, good thing to do this live.
Set it off. Well, just use the one, and then you can use the buzzer.
Yeah, give Spencer the
I'll
gun.
just use my mouth. Why is this so difficult?
Because it's easier to go.
There you
pew,
go.
and,
What's fun if you do that?
just put it up against the microphone. So Spencer is,
I am.
Push the button inside.
Oh, the side.
and
9.
Brian is.
There. That's
Hold on,
it.
I got a call button.
Oops. Did I commit suicide?
And Spencer gets a question wrong. He's gonna shoot himself.
All right, so the first one. Welcome to the new kind of excitement. Out of the earth. You are not doing well. TV room of tomorrow. Brian.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Oh my god, I had the name, but I completely just lost it.
Uh-oh. Did you pull Bob?
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna back out for
All
this right now.
We are not condemned to follow one another. It's enough to discuss it.
I feel like I know this, but
You can take it back, because I got nothing.
wait. You gotta read it again,
Let me
real
read it.
quick.
Yeah, read it one more time.
One more time. Welcome to the new kind of excitement. Out of the earth. You are not doing well.
Great.
TV room of tomorrow.
Sounds like when the robot did Olive Garden.
We are not condemned to follow one another. Brian.
I want to say Less Than Jake's Welcome.
Welcome to the New South.
New South.
That is incorrect.
Damn it.
Spencer.
Oh, that is definitely Never Want to Give You Up by Rick Astley.
That is also incorrect. So a point for neither of you.
Damn it.
What's the song?
American Idiot by Green Day.
Oh, I don't fucking like Green Day.
Welcome to the new kind of tension all across the
I
alien
think, of
nation.
course. I thought the beginning of that. Welcome home, outcast, because
See, I thought you guys would get it with TV Room of Tomorrow, Television Dreams of Tomorrow.
I didn't even think of like choruses of songs.
I
I was thinking of the beginning of a song. I forgot.
I just
we're going to
didn't
chorus.
think of Green Day.
I
I'm not a big
I was like, I
fan.
know this of something, but yeah, I didn't think of that song. But
They're
all
really
right.
not that bad of a band.
So-
They aren't. I like Green Day.
Well, I know you do. You like anything that's pop punk, but they're meh.
Song number 2. We have a car. I have money. I need the sun.
This sounds like a crappy hip hop song. Is this his number one banger? This really sounds like Post Malone or something.
Did we discover how to write mumble rap songs?
No, I actually know what he's saying.
So, we have a car.
We do.
I have money.
I don't.
I need the sun, but I will teach you my love. Otaku does it.
Otaku?
Otaku does it.
Isn't that an anime convention?
No, otaku is what people call people who are like obsessed with anime.
I thought that was
Call them
weeaboo.
Otakus. Well,
Otaku, weeaboo, potato, tomato. Okay.
Same thing essentially.
We will inherit the land. Otaku will do it. Otaku will do it. We will inherit the land.
Yeah, you gotta give it to me one more time.
Okay.
It's just too hard.
Doing this over again, and you are going to kick yourself. Both of you are going to kick
Prepare
yourself.
for an
when you hear
entire
this.
podcast of this.
So one more time. We have a car.
Did you shoot my buzzer?
I have money.
She killed you.
I need the sun, but I will teach.
No. Oh, no. I was thinking it seems still
Yes,
worked.
Spencer, go.
Live studio attendee. I'm using a laser thing, and she shot me. I want to make sure I didn't die, so I hit the thing to. I didn't realize I didn't know if it would make a noise, but it did. That is All Star by Smash Mouth.
It is not.
That's All Star by Smash Mouth.
No.
You said it backwards.
No, he didn't.
All Star by Smash Mouth. Oh, no,
Yeah.
you did. You're right.
Oh.
I was trying to think of Smash.
Now who's
That
been
was-
drinking too much wine?
That was Metallica by Enter Sandman. So one more time. We have
Was
a
it
car.
Oh.
I have
I
money.
thought you were serious.
for a second, I was like, that's nothing like
Wait
it.
a minute.
I need the
Wait
sun,
a minute.
but I will teach you my love. Otaku does it. Otaku does it. We will inherit the land. Otaku will do it. Otaku will do it. We will inherit the land.
Geeks will inherit the earth by Fi Dragons.
There you go.
Got it.
What the? Who's a fucking? What do you mean I bite
We
myself?
got the cars. We got the money.
Hey,
we need
got
some
the
sun, but I'm telling you, honey, that the geeks will.
Apple Pen.
Geeks will. We will inherit the earth. The geeks will inherit the earth. It took me a second, but I got it.
You're not allowed
There
to do
it is.
karaoke on Twitch.
So now you guys understand.
Okay,
All right.
I got it now.
Number
Is there any
3.
more
That
shitty-
took me a while. But
Is there any more pop? I don't know if I try
No.
against that. Well, I was actually thinking more like communism. It was like, we take the land. We take this.
to be fair, that's not the beginning of the chorus for that one.
It's one of the big songs, though.
I just don't know I Fight Dragons that well. That's fair, but
They're my favorite band. I should know that.
They're our rivals.
All right. Number 3. It's a story about a girl. When the river is crying.
Story of fucking. I forgot the button.
Brian.
Story of a girl.
Yes. The rest of the song,
Who sings that?
9 days.
9 days.
Who the fuck is 9 Days?
I remember when I was a kid, I
They
thought it was
do,
9 Inch Nails.
Absolutely. Story of a girl.
Because they had 9 in the title, so I always thought it was 9 Inch Nails. And I was
Really?
like, their songs are different.
99-inch nails. Yeah.
The rest of the song goes, it's a story about a girl. When the river is crying, the whole world is covered. and she looked very sad in the picture. I like him when he smiles very much.
This is fantastic. I like him when he smiles.
I don't know
It's
why that
almost
just
like a
reminded me
robot's
of that
writing.
Vine where it was like, why do you have Kansas and Arkansas? Why is it not Arkansas? America, explain! That's what it reminded me of.
All right, number 4.
All right.
If you go here tomorrow, do you remember me again? Because I have to travel now. There are too many moments. But if I was here with you, my daughter, this is not the same. I like a bird now, and you cannot change the bird.
I know this.
Give it
Read
to
it
you
again?
one more time.
If you go here tomorrow, do you remember me again? Because I have to travel now.
Brightest bulb burns out, less than Jake?
No.
Ah, damn it.
Because I have to travel now. There are too many moments. But if I was here with you, my daughter, this is not the same.
I know.
I like a bird now, and you cannot change the bird.
I was always more of a melody person, not a lyric person.
Oh God.
Fly by Billy Joel.
No.
Sounds like it though.
I think it sounds like Brightest bulb burns out. I mean,
This is one of those songs that I had to put in because
I don't know. It's
I
like,
enjoy the song.
because it's all about like your 20 years have gone by just so fast. He's leaving. It's 1:11. Oh, well,
The words don't match up though. Like,
Do you
it's-
guys...
I'm gonna have to give up, but I feel like I know this. I'm gonna kick myself. Once.
You're definitely going to kick yourself. Spencer, do you give up?
no, but can I kick Brian?
If you want to.
Neat.
Do you give up?
I just yes,
Okay.
dude. I suck at this already.
Freebird.
If I
Leave here tomorrow.
Damn it. Yeah.
Reburn. All right, that was well played. That's well played.
All right.
This
Fuck
game,
you, play some Skinner.
This game is
Man,
clearly
this is
above
hard.
our intellect, but
Next one.
I'm just happy to
My
be
app
here.
is giving me a Fortnite advertisement, but it just went
Dude, I
away.
heard that game's fun. You should play it.
Song number 5. Please tell me something. Please tell me.
Oh, I thought you were asking me at first.
My car is in the garden. Brian.
My worst enemy. By Lick.
Yes.
Please
tell me why
my car is in the front
garden.
yard and
I'm sleeping in my
sleeping with
clothes.
My clothes on.
That does actually. That's like if that's a pretty good translation considering that they
Considering
don't
went
know
through
the
like
words.
10 languages.
I went
Yes.
through the window the night before, and you left.
Yeah, it'll happen.
And you're gone.
All right, so Brian currently leads 3-0.
No
Suck it.
shit.
Spencer's turn now.
For what?
Well,
To get a point?
I'll
Hopefully
let
to
you
come
go
back.
first for this one here, Chad.
Oh, you're
Okay.
you're swell. Thanks, Dad.
number 6.
What?
All small things.
All the small things. Blink-182.
Really? That's what you went with?
Real concern gives the truth.
Points on the board.
I ride the elevator. Your
Bob-
best trip.
All small things.
Before
I
you got
always
here,
know.
Bob was like, "Don't worry." There was one that was like,
Spencer will
"Words,
get
words,
it.
words, words." Boulevard of Broken Dreams. But I picked that one because it was too easy. Okay, Bob. Here's number 6.
In his
all
defense-
the small things.
No, there was no the. I had to figure that part out myself.
Wow, you had to get all small things. That was really hard.
All right, so number 7.
Proud of myself.
It will take some time. Girl, you're on the way.
Shit.
Everything will be fine.
middle.
Brian,
Jimmy
the middle.
World.
You are correct.
The middle by who?
Jimmy Eat World.
Jimmy World.
I would.
It
oh,
just
take
takes some time.
Girl,
Little
you're
girl
on
in
the
middle
way.
of-
This is definitely.
It also
rigged
doesn't
towards
help that it's my
Brian.
ringtone for when the live studio attendee
Everything
calls
will
me.
be
so
fine.
I'm about to say this game is
Everything will
definitely
be
rigged
fine.
towards Brian.
It's our
All right.
song.
Number 8.
Is that what we're gonna dance to at the wedding?
No.
Oh, please, that'd be great.
It's a depressing song.
I made
So
the
is
jo-
all music we
I
listen
made the
to.
joke we were talking about one day. She's like, "Yeah, it's her song." I'm like, "It is her song, but it is about a girl killing herself." So
Oh. Anyway, number 8.
Huh. What do you
Number
know?
8. Jealousy. I make the saints in the sea. Brian.
Oh.
It's Mr. Brightside.
God damn it.
Ah, yes, you are correct.
I don't know why in my head when you started saying it, I was like, "Oh, it's Bulletproof Heart by My Chemical Romance." I'm like, "Wait, no, it's not."
That's how you know this would really be tailored towards you.
Because that one's just Gravity Won't Mean To. Like the way you said it sounded like how they do in the beginning of the song. So I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
because it's like gravity don't mean too much to me, and I'm just like, I don't know why in my head I was like, yeah, it's that song, but no, you fucking idiot.
So
it's not.
the rest of those lyrics go: jealousy, I make the saints in the sea, swim with 6 songs.
Swim with 6 songs.
I'll swim with 6 and not a song more.
No, sick, as in like.
Oh, 6 songs.
Oh, like, so, dude, a rad song, man.
This is swimming. You want to go swimming with the sickest songs? Come down to Swim 6 Song 3000.
I like how you went from surfer to redneck.
I went to like a monster truck show.
Pretty.
Take a spin, fall asleep, bring on you the edge.
Be there.
This Sunday and Saturday.
They're choking in an alibi, but that's just the price I pay. Incredible is calling me. Open my eyes, I'm worried.
Mr. Incredible's calling me. I have to go.
Because I'm a good
Throw
boy.
me.
Because I'm a good boy.
I'm a good boy.
I would like that song. Actually, I do love that song, but I like it
boy.
so much more if it
Really?
was instead of Mr. Bright's.
I don't like
Well, I
the
already know
Killers.
you don't like the Killers. I do like the Killers.
Well, you're dumb.
Listen,
Damn it.
I got
Shut
listen,
up, gun.
I got soul, but I'm not a soldier.
Oh yeah, I got pot. I'm not a potato. That's how much that song makes sense. That was stolen from a comedian.
All
Just
right,
love that
so
joke.
number 8. Or number 9. I will be turned off in the previous round,
Yeah, me too.
and Sugar will shake him off.
Down, Fall Out Boy. Go down swinging. Sugar will go down swinging.
I'll give it to you. Sugar, we're going down swinging.
Okay, cool.
I'll give it to him. He had it. He had the song. He just-
Enough with the pop punk.
I gave you a whole playlist of it.
Yeah, and it's not. That doesn't put me on the same level as you.
The rest of the song
gotta
goes,
perform it.
I will be
enjoy-
turned off in the
You got to
previous
perform
round,
because I actually don't like Fall Out Boy.
and Sugar
Really?
will shake
Oh.
him off. I will be your number 1 with the ball. The complicated god chased him, picked him up, and took him off.
For a second,
I'm just
I thought
imagining
this was
that.
Ted Older.
Oh no! See, I just imagine like a god coming down, picking him up, and just taking him away.
Jesus comes down and takes Zach away from the
Yeah, from the
Hellbenders.
Hellbenders.
Congratulations, boys.
Also, I'm Jesus.
Thanks, Jesus. It's time to go now. Do we go through all of them?
No. All right, so it's 5-2. Spencer, you still have a chance with our bonus question.
How many
Ooh.
questions are left?
There are 2 more left.
All right, you know what, Spencer? I'll let you. I'll let you start.
I don't need your charity.
Number 10.
I probably do.
I'm already won, but it's fine.
Number 10. I will fight with everyone.
That sounds like me.
Spencer gets some drinks in him. He's at the bar.
The troops in 7 countries cannot stop me. They will steal it. Take time for me.
Is it a Streetlight song?
No.
I'm
I will
lost.
fight with everyone. The troops in 7 countries cannot stop me.
There's another pop.
They will steal it. Brian.
Africa.
No.
Africa.
It's gonna take 100 more. There's
There's
something
not
that
a
100
mention
men
of
or more
rain.
will ever do. I took the line of. Like,
I know what you're talking about, but
yeah.
no, that is not the song.
It's gonna take.
It is one of-
What was
I
the
will-
first
I will
line?
give
What was the
you-
first line again?
I will fight with everyone.
I don't know why. It's gonna
like
take
that
a lot
line.
to drag me away from you. There's something that 100 men or more will ever do. I thought it was like
This
Close. That's fair. That's fair.
this is a little bit of a tougher song
Oh, good, because I was doing so well so far.
that everyone knows the melody, but no one knows the actual words.
that. Great. Glad we picked it.
And I've already given you a hint during when reading.
Mama Diva will die.
I will fight with everyone.
That's actually one I want to see translated. Eiffel 65's I'm blue.
I will fight with everyone. The troops in 7 countries will not stop or cannot stop me. They will steal it. Take time for me.
And it's not a Streetlight song? 'Cause
It
I
is
kinda-
not.
I kind of thought it was, and as we close our eyes for a
The Big Sleep.
big sleep.
It
Thank
is
you.
not.
I kind of thought it was that. Booty. That's my answer. It's just booty.
Booty. That is incorrect.
Oh, damn it.
Brian, would you like to steal?
Because this
I
game's
already
full of
guessed,
shit.
so I'm technically out.
All right. The answer is 7 Nation Army.
Oh,
The
I'm
troops
gonna
in
fight
7
about
countries.
it.
I
7
will-
nations,
the army
something
will
will
not
hold me back. I'm gonna
Actually-
rip it out.
I don't know that song that well.
Damn, the one song that I had, and I fucked it up.
I never would have gotten that.
So
I
the-
don't know that song.
The last
And I've
one.
been
The last one was like my overtime tiebreaker in case you both got 5 correct.
We could just pretend.
We could pretend.
Wow, Spencer got 3 points out of nowhere. Wow.
Thanks.
It's
Wha-
5-5.
thanks. Thanks, Jack White of the White Stripes. because that was the last question, and that's how I got the points.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the last one.
We're homies.
Windmill, windmill, on the market. Shoot forever, hand in hand.
Oh. That'd be Feel Good Inc. Gorillas.
That is correct.
Boom.
When the
Windmill fall the night.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't wager all my points because I still won.
So
Don't stop. Get it. Get it.
The rest of the lyrics are windmill, windmill, on the market. Shoot forever, hand in hand. I will take your whole fragment. Evaluates. Turns over.
It sounds like it's narrating. Evaluates. Turns over. That's
Eternal
how
love.
I continue to look at the windmill.
Eternal love. Love of love. You and I will be forever. Windmill, windmill, on the market. Are you there?
Are you with me?
So that
Are
is,
you there? Dude, that was clever. Round of
songs in the key of English.
Round of applause.
There was I was talking to Bob.
That was
and,
fun. I like
was
that.
like, I imagine this being like that Family Guy bit where they talk about Wu-Tang Clan
It's a
lyrics
jackal.
for white
Oh.
people. That's what I imagine this game going as.
That's fair. That's fair.
No, that was good. That was it was hard. It was hard, but it was good.
That was very difficult. That was quite difficult.
So Bob and I both came up with the game for the podcast. Spencer, you're lacking here, man.
I just come here with my booming personality. I'm sleeping has good personality.
That's Spencer's the new princess sleeping good personality. It's one of my favorites. Just a big girl laying on the bed, and the guy's just like.
Sleeping great personality.
There was a bit that Eager Raptor did where he wanted to do because it was inspired by Link to the Past,
Right.
where when your uncle's in like in the bottom of the castle, and he's like, "Go, Princess Zelda is your," before he like passes out.
Right.
Because fun fact, the uncle does not die. He's alive at the end of the game. Everyone thinks he dies. He does not. He passes out.
Where does he wake up? Huh? Who's it? Where?
He just wakes up and goes home. Because at the end of the game, he's there. He's alive. So fuck you, people think he died.
So that's not Link's awakening. That's the uncle's awakening.
That's Link to the Past.
Oh, Link's. I'm getting my Zordles mixed up. Okay.
But there was a bit where Eager Raptor wanted to do a cartoon where it's like that scene where he's like, "Go he's like the princess is your," and he's like, "She's my what?" He's like, "Oh, she's your destiny. You gotta save her and everything." He goes, "Oh, well, kind of felt like you're gonna say something even grander there because you kind of played that up." He goes, "No, she's destiny. Gotta save the princess." He's like, "Oh,
La-di-da.
well, she hot?" And it cuts right there. That was like a comic that was a bit he wanted to do, but he just never got around to doing it. I thought that was the funniest thing. It's just like they have this whole back and forth that's really awkward, and he's like, "She hot?" Just cuts right there.
That's fantastic.
That reminds me of the bit I wanted to do because I wrote down a bunch of like ideas for like short videos to do on my on my notepad, and one of them I wanted to do was a whole back and forth between a dragon slayer and a townsperson, and the dragon slayer goes up to the townspeople and he's like, "Oh, I've slain the dragon and the town is free," and everyone's like, "Yeah, you did it! Yeah, thank you so much! Like we are forever in your debt." And he's like, "So who do I talk to about getting paid?" And they're like, "Huh?" And he's like, "Yeah, I kind of risked my life, killed the dragon. Everyone's kind of."
We just got all that experience.
It's like, yeah, that's that. He's like, "Yeah, I kind of freed the town." And they're like, "Oh, well, we really don't. We don't really pay for that." He's like, "I just saved the town. It's dead. That took a lot out of me." And he's like, "Well, you got the experience, didn't you?" And he's like, "Yeah, that experience is really going to help me get a lot of places." He's like, "Oh, why don't you let me stay at the inn?" She's like, "Oh, that's going to cost you 10 gold. Yeah, 10 gold. Yeah, that's great. Why not the experience of having someone stay at your inn?" She's like,
I think Robot Chicken did something like this already.
"Did they?"
I think because I maybe not. It's not like I think it was Link. It was protagonist saves princess. It was Link. I think it was Link saves Zelda, and they were talking and. Like he got, I guess, went in for a kiss, and she's like,
that
no.
was a Seth MacFarlane's Cavalcade of Comedy.
Yes,
where Mario saved Peach, and he's like, "How about the kiss?" And she's like, "I'm not gonna kiss you. Like, why would you think that? He's like, I just went through 8 worlds to get
Yes.
to you. And she's like,
That's what your
so
bit
you think
reminded me
I'm
of.
just gonna kiss you? You just reminded me of that. I haven't seen that in years.
Well,
He's
what I
like, I'm
remember.
not asking you to have sex. I'm just asking for a kiss.
I can't
At the
remember.
end, he's like, you know what? Fuck it, dragon, eat her.
I can't remember the words to Leonard Skinner, but I can remember some random ass fucking side project. Seth
Oh yeah,
MacFarlane.
that's my life. That is my life in a nutshell.
Well, you won, so you did better there.
But no, that was one of the bits I thought of where it's just this really awkward back and forth between an inn owner and the Dragon Slayer, and they're just at the end. She's like, "So you gonna get out?" Or he's like, "You know what? Fuck it, save your time by yourself." And he just
I'm
leaves.
done.
And they're like,
Audi 9000.
"Man, what a dick." And someone's like, "No, I kind of miss the dragon."
At the same time, though, you didn't make any agreements about, how you would be compensated for saving the town. You kind of just did it as a charity, hoping for the best.
Kind of like part of the bit and all of it. They're just like, well, we never really agreed to anything. I have like,
Do you know how much this armor and sword costs
I have, like,
and maintaining it?
part of a script written now, but it's one of my short videos I've written now. Another one was I might have talked about on the podcast before, but it was like random Pokemon encounters. So you go to like just like a diner, and then someone comes up and they're like, "Hey, Shug, how's it going?" Waitress Tiffany wants to battle, and like on the platform is like a bunch of Pokeballs. You go to-
Can I just have a coffee? Waitress Tiffany uses coffee. Coffee causes 3rd-degree burns.
You go to a business meeting and it's like you're at the front and it's the big boss and he's like, "Well, it's time to show me what your new projections are going to be." Boss Trevor wants to battle.
Boss Trevor.
I don't know, but my favorite one was that. Shout out to our neighbor. His name's Trevor. But one of the favorites I wanted to do
Trevor,
was that
you the boss.
You go to like your dad's funeral. Like a distant family member you don't talk to that much. It's
One of
just
my
like
favorite comedy bits.
it's
yeah.
just like, your father was a good man and he meant a lot to everybody in this world. Grieving person Stacy wants to battle. She sends out like a gang car.
All right, that was only funny until he said grieving person Stacy.
grieving woman Stacy wants to battle.
Okay, that part was funny.
You get fast food delivered. That bitch Sandra wants to battle.
Or no, it's like 2 people in divorce court.
Listen, Karen, you took the kids. You can't take this too. Ex-husband Hank wants to battle.
Listen
Now,
here,
Bobby.
Chad.
That's a good one.
You're like a football game, and it's like, and Tom Brady went back for the pass and touchdown Patriots. Sports commentator Tony Romo wants to battle.
That's awesome. See, would they actually battle with Pokemon though, or would they battle with like whatever utensils and things?
Battle Pokemon. It's just a regular Pokemon battle, but like.
What you reaching for, Bob?
But it was just funny because in Pokemon they do have all these just like random battles where like you'll walk past someone and they'll come up to you. Yeah, I'll take one.
Word.
And like there's one from Fire Red and Leaf Green. We walk past this girl and she's like, "Eek! Don't look at me!" But she's the one who came up to you.
Yeah.
And then you start fighting.
Yeah, she throws like a Pidgey. And then you beat her and she's like, or there's one that's just like, "My boyfriend's really strong," and you beat her. And she's like, "My boyfriend can beat you," and someone's like, the next person over is just like,
My personal favorite.
that girl keeps saying I'm her boyfriend. You like battle.
My personal favorite will forever be, was it Little Jimmy? Shorts are comfy and easy to wear.
Youngster
Joey.
No, it actually isn't Youngster Joey. It's someone else. Youngster Joey, that meme came from Pokemon Gold and Silver. That Youngster Joey would continuously call you about his Rattata, about how he had the best Rattata ever. And somebody actually took what his Rattata, like the stats and everything from it, and matched it up to like an IV calculator, and it's the worst Rattata you can actually get in the game.
one of my favorite Pokemon bits wasn't actually there's Vietnamese green, and I know it's been mentioned, but like it's just pretty much a really crappily translated. Imagine translating Pokemon between 10 different languages and then coming back out, because there's a point in the game where like a house has been burglarized and they blow a hole in the wall to escape.
They dug through the wall.
They dug through the wall.
Yes, they used the move dig, and because the guy's like, "Dang it, I dropped my TM, and now those damn Team Rocket members no dig."
Well, either way,
Pleb.
I don't fucking. Why do you remember these things?
Because I played Fire Red like 8 times. It's my go-to Pokemon game to like.
Fucking nerd.
If I ever want to like stream Pokemon or just play a randomizer, I always play Fire Red. It's my favorite.
Yeah, I don't know if I didn't really get into past the second generation. I didn't really get past it.
Well,
But either way,
Fire Red is just a remake of Gen 1.
if you talk to the police officer, he goes, "What a pity! This house has been stolen," and the house is just like sitting right there. It's just also the only Pokemon game I ever caught Mew in was in Vietnamese Green, and his type was Superman. I shit you not.
His type is Superman.
His
Or it's Superman.
he was a rare Pokemon found in Antarctica. I'm telling you, man. I know a lot of people have done Vietnamese Green, but it is just magical, and it's a game best played with friends. Because I did try and play it by myself, but it's one of those things where like you're laughing at something and you go to look over to laugh with someone else.
Oh.
I'm so lonely.
See, I've always liked the series Twitch Plays. And the
Pokemon
original Twitch Plays Pokemon
was very good.
is
That was
still
cool.
one of my all-time favorite internet things.
Yeah.
For those that don't understand, the way it worked was in the Twitch chat you would type up or down or left or A or B.
It was a direction A, B, start or select.
And didn't they also have a goldfish play Pokemon too, based on where the goldfish was in the bowl?
Yeah, well, I mean, after the
original.
original Twitch Plays Pokemon, they did like every version of Pokemon you could possibly do. Like a goldfish plays it, or
Are you cracking
like-
out Pokemon Go?
No, for a reason. I'm doing this on purpose.
Continue.
Continue.
You can do.
Continue.
There's a
Man,
bit.
This is your podcast too, Bob. If you're bored, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life to live. I am not your father,
No,
Bob.
Continue.
I am not your father.
I was going to show you something, but continue with the Twitch.
But yeah, no, there was a Twitch, or my goldfish plays Pokemon. There's Twitch plays Pokemon like Red.
That's
through,
fantastic.
all the way through. I think even the 3DS ones.
Really?
Or the DS ones. They actually did up to that, but it wasn't as popular anymore. Yeah, Bob has
Well, it's-
Bird Jesus. That was the name of the Pidgey.
One of the characters, one of the Pokemon was BBBBJJJJSSSS and like a whole bunch of other letters,
The safety song?
which the fans just started calling it Bird Jesus. So because of that,
Was it a
I
Pidgeot?
named
Oh,
so
it's a
it was a
Pidgeotto.
Pidgey, but it's a
Pidgeot.
Mine's a Pidgeot.
I've heard it pronounced Pidgeot.
Oh, it's Pidgeot.
Pidgeotto, and Pidgeot.
Pidgeot, whatever. Peugeot. Just call it a Peugeot. You like cars.
Bird.
But I named it Burb Jesus.
Burb Jesus 5? Why is it Burb Jesus 5?
I've had 4 others.
So you couldn't think of any other names like Bird Jesus.
I mean, I sent.
And then
the
there
rest
was
of
the
them to
Helix. The
the
Helix
grinder.
fossil was.
Help me, Tom Cruise. Help me, Bird Jesus.
Then there was the Helix fossil. That
Oh,
was
yes.
the prophecy.
Lord Helix.
Lord Helix, because they would always go back to their bag and go to the Helix fossil to ask it questions, and Oak would be like, "Now's not the time to use this." And they'd be like, "Oh, Helix fossil, show us the way," and they'd go to the menu and continuously try to keep going back to the Helix fossil.
And then what was it? ATV was the Venonat.
Yeah.
All-terrain Venonat.
All-terrain Venonat. What were the other ones? Then there was the Eevee, was the false prophet. Because they got an Eevee, but then I think they ended up releasing it really early because Eevee was supposed to be the true prophet, but then it ended up leaving them, so it was called the false prophet.
What are you talking about here?
This is Twitch Plays
Prophet.
Pokemon.
Why are there prophets? Where is that a new?
It was
fans
just fans just made up a whole lore behind all the Pokemon, and then there was
all right.
there was like Death Day where they released a bunch of they released like 5 Pokemon.
Well, that's, what's the Hispanic Halloween?
Day of the Dead.
Dia de los Muertos.
There you go. That's Dead Day.
Look at me being all bilingual. See, I learned something when when creating the game.
Well, at what point in any of the lyrics did can you repeat it again?
Dia de los Muertos.
At what point did that ever appear in any of the lyrics?
That.
I'm
yes.
Dia de los
bad.
Muertos.
I'm really bad at language. I don't know if it's more offensive to try not to pronounce it or if to pronounce it poorly. I don't even know it into anymore.
Mexico Dead Day. Yeehaw!
Oh, we could do the "you are not
Build
doing
the wall
well"
that day.
What changing your Cinco de Drinko to build the wall day to make a wall?
Shut down the government. Ugh. We're not gonna. It's a good beer. Damn it! See what happens when alcohol touches my lips. Bad. No.
Fun fact, Spencer.
Well, you can't get much worse than last week.
What did I do last week?
Exactly.
The shaming, the victim shaming.
Oh yeah, that was
select
fucked.
people.
You victim shamed veterans.
I victim shamed veteran. Well, I was just kind of I was listening back to that. I put up the you kind of twisted the argument into that. I didn't flat out victim shame veterans, but you played one of my guilt cards, and I was Well, it was a very roundabout way. You just kind of took my words and threw them in a different direction, and I felt really guilty very quickly.
You
and
feel
then
guilty a lot. Own up to your words, man.
I do own them. I just feel guilty about them.
That's owning up to them, then.
What is owning up to them?
Standing.
I'm happy I shamed you.
Exactly. Stand by your shit.
No, that's being a dick. That's being. If you wake up, if you do something stupid while drunk,
Wake up in the morning and can proclaim how perfect you are.
Well, we have one friend like that. But I digress. No, I do own. I think I'm very good at owning my mistakes. In fact, I'll never forget. There was one time, a dude from my old CrossFit. I'm sorry, it's the last name I'm going to be able to say it. So,
it's getting all his CrossFit out now.
A dude from my old CrossFit posted a really motivational status. It was like a sort of like a get your ass together and
get your ass together.
Hold on your butts.
Listen, get your ass together over there, Jim, or else you're not getting the new project. Yes, boss. Hurry, guys! We gotta get our ass together.
I meant it was more about get your shit together, and it was about personal accountability, and pretty much. And he did the same thing where he worded it in a very I won't say same because I don't know how.
Well, he's wording it as get your ass together, so he's not wording things very well to begin with.
Have we not
It's like me
established?
trying to be motivational.
Have we not established that any time I quote someone, it counts as a paraphrase and always needs a fact check? But
Hey, you
This
should be our
guy
next
told
president.
me. This guy told me that all the terrible things in the world happen were actually for good. He just told you he got a car yesterday, man. He didn't say anything about that. I need to be paraphrased, okay? That's their fault.
yes,
Alternative facts.
Alternative facts are best facts. He posted a status pretty much about personal accountability, but he got himself into a pickle because someone twisted the words about like how her one son.
I hate it when I get into a pickle.
That's like a
Is that not a thing with you? No, that's an actual thing. You say you got into a pickle. I happen too often.
something
delicious.
Something happened to someone recently where they like said something and they lied, and someone's like, "It's an unfortunate mistruth," and they're like, "That's a fucking lie."
That sounds like something a
He's
politician
just dancing.
would say.
Yeah, it was a politician. A politician lied, and they're like, "It was an unfortunate mistruth," and it's like, "It's a lie."
Well, that's what alternative fact.
That's
is.
where alternative facts
Yeah.
came
It's a
from.
lie.
And it's
But
like,
either
it's
way-
just dancing around the fact that you're a dirty liar.
This one woman. So again, this post was about being accountable for your actions and your who you are and what and this and that. And this one woman goes off about how her son. I forgot what sort of illness he had, but pretty much he had a personal situation, a special circumstance where he could not keep accountability. I forgot what ailment it was, and I just saw it.
It was death.
And I just saw I already knew the look on the original poster's face, and it was just remember that meme where where it's like everyone's on a noose and the guy looks over and is like, "What, first time?" That's what it was for me. I just saw this guy's now in a pickle, and I was like, I cracked my knuckles, I went to my keyboard, and I pretty much just did a whole thing about how he was being motivational, and that's the kind of person he is. It's impossible to make a speech for every single person in the entire world, as we all have different things going on and different blah, 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 blah. So, but pretty much I diffused it. It was the first time that I didn't cause a situation and I diffused it. I know.
Spencer finally had that moment where he was the guy who walked out with 2 beers in his back shirt. And he was like, "Let's party instead."
I'm just kind of imagining
Except it was on the internet. It wasn't as fun. I just still imagine you that day where you're at St. Patrick's Day in like a tutu and green makeup on.
What was it?
You said you went to a parking garage with Eric, and the lady got so mad, and you tried to diffuse the situation, but you made it worse.
Well, this is what happened.
No, we talked about it already.
Well, let's mention
Well,
it. It's
for
been
those
a
of
while.
you who haven't listened,
Yeah,
Listen to our
Brian,
old episode.
It's
or if
not
you're
all
like
about
me and totally remember it, but just in case you don't.
Well, it's not all about you, Brian. But either way, so what happened?
He
Eric,
says as he goes on to another story about himself.
Just let
You
him paraphrase,
brought it
okay?
up, sir.
Let him go, Brian.
yeah, let me paraphrase me, so that way I'm not accountable for myself. Found the loophole.
what he said.
No, what happened was we went to a parking deck, and the gate where you normally grab a ticket and go in was open, and there was someone there, and we were like, free parking? And the one guy was like, free parking. So we went and parked, went and did our thing, came back, and we approached the exit gate, and it's asking for a ticket, and we're like, And then we go to a security person, we're like, And then and then the security person just did not care about our situation and pretty much said that we had to pay the full, like, if we stayed there for 12 hours, we had to pay the top dollar because we didn't have proof that we were, for how long we were there. And so we were like, can you look at the security camera? And apparently it wasn't working for that present moment. And we just, things just kept on, we kept on trying to give them ways that they could double check when we came in. And things started to escalate. So I took a step, and this was like St. Patrick's Day. I'm in like a pink tutu and green face paint. I forgot why I had the pink tutu, but I looked beautiful. So I get out of the car, and she, like, the security guard.
Can I just make a side note? Those are my favorite public freakout moments when it's like Halloween and someone's dressed completely ridiculously and they're trying to have a serious fight, but they look like Tigger from Winnie the Pooh.
I love the show Live PD for that exact reason. They always do a live episode. It's basically Cops, but live. They always do an episode on Halloween, and the best is when they arrest people in Halloween costumes. Because here you have, Tigger next to Winnie the Pooh, next to Captain Jack Sparrow, all in handcuffs in the back of a police car saying how I didn't do it. It's the best thing in the world.
Should just stay in the 700-acre woods or whatever it is.
100-acre woods.
Oh, whatever.
Over by 600 acres.
Again, paraphrasing.
Alternative facts.
But either way, so
Winnie the Pooh caused 9/11.
I take a step out of the car because I can just see my one friend's getting heated. They're both getting angry with each other. So I just take a step out of the car to just be like, let's take a deep breath or whatever. But before I can even open my mouth, she looks at me and she says, I'm a woman. I feel uncomfortable and I will call the cops if you take one step towards me. And my face goes from huh to like a drooping like, huh? Like, what? And looking back at the situation, I don't know what her life experiences were, where that's the first thing that pops into her head. I think you guys know me. I don't consider myself a very threatening looking person.
Well, she doesn't know this.
Especially in green face paint and a tutu.
You could have been a drunk, crazy person.
I probably was, but just not a violent one.
She doesn't know that. She doesn't know you.
I get that, but
she should know my life story. I have a podcast, damn it.
Gyro garbage. What's going on, friend? No, it was just one of those things. I've never been like. Actually, no, that's a lie. That was the second situation where anyone's ever felt threatened by me, and I was just very confused. She was.
In her defense, she doesn't know who he is.
No,
she has
completely.
no
Fair.
idea
That's
what
fair.
his life is.
Yes, and in the present.
Watch out, we got the Incredible Hulk in a tutu walking towards me.
How you doing?
Same Patrick's
No,
Day, people are
it's
drunk and
fabulous
crazy. You
Hulk.
don't know.
In her, no, I totally understand that. Looking back, it's totally acceptable. But in the present moment, I'm just thinking, I don't know, I'm me. I'm just like, I was trying to, like I always say, I always like to try and pull the Ben Franklin thing where, come on, guys, let's just, we don't have to be doing this. And then instantly, she's just like, I'm threatened, get back in the car. I'm like, what did I do?
You got out of the car.
I got out of the car. But the other circumstance, I guess, was kind of warranted.
When I threw the beer bottle out to get her to party and knocked her out. I don't know why they were so upset.
No, it wasn't anything like that. It was actually more. So I guess in college, we had our one friend who was kind of comfortable. Actually, I won't say friend. It was an acquaintance of a friend that was kind of comfortable saying the N-word. But
I'm gonna say the N-word.
I know, it plays right into the meme. But I mean, so this was probably 2010, just for time context. But
do we know this person?
No, you guys wouldn't know. That's I'm the oldie in the group. You guys wouldn't know them. But either way, it was just kind of a situation where
we're young
people
apparently.
People were using it he meant some people, I guess, I forgot about this too. Some people just kind of use the N word to just like anyone can be an N word. It's just a certain like just people that annoy them and are terrible. And someone called my roommate at the time the N word, and he also happened to be black. Oh yeah. And looking back, I know he meant it in this totally not acceptable context either. But
That's a big yikes from me, Colonel.
I looked. There's not many moments where I'm reactionary, but that one I just got up and said, "What did you just say?" And he instantly apologized, and I didn't even realize how I came off. But apparently he was afraid of me like being like in a bush somewhere. I was gonna jump him while he walked to the parking lot to his car or something. So I'll take that. You know that one I'll take. The other one in the green tutu,
That's
pink
racist.
tutu.
You can't say the N word.
Michelle Obama, get down! Shout out to Skipper.
Mrs. Obama, I've done it. I stopped racism. Thank you, Skipper. Now I can roam the earth freely. That's my favorite part of it.
Yeah.
I can roam the earth freely.
Well, I just never considered myself a threatening person, so it's just weird to be thought of in that context.
Well, it's again because people don't know you. It's like for me, people. I think I told them the podcast before. Just a quick recap. I stopped a fight at a movie theater. I never really see myself as a threatening, intimidating person.
Sure.
But to others, I can see, though, with my size and stature, that I could be intimidating. And when I told the guy, like, you need to stop now, and he, like, said, like, was like, yeah, well, okay.
Why I oughta?
Because also, like, I was on the
the
lower level, and he was on the higher level, and I was still taller than him. So I think that kind of made him just be like, okay.
Okay.
And I was just like, cool. I didn't want to get into a fight today because I wouldn't have punched back because I would have got arrested.
I'm a pants. Oh, that's true. I do overthink that because
I easily could have taken this kid. Like, he had fussle more than anything, but...
Did I ever tell you the time that I beached the turd on an ice bank in New Brunswick and Eric got headbutted?
Hold up.
There is a lot to unpack on that sentence. Come again.
So long story short, we went to a few friends and we went to a Less Than Jake concert in Starland, and then our other friend was having a party in New Brunswick. What's up?
More Than Jill?
I missed the joke.
Ignore him.
Cool.
Bob got it. That's all that matters.
Well, that makes one of us. We were trying to find, like, the smart thing would have been to do, like, there was a huge snowstorm while we were at the concert, and the smart thing would have been to, like, go back to campus and just
so this is before you had a roof.
Oh, no, this is when the turret had a roof. This was, I think, my freshman year. No, sophomore year, because Eric was around. No, junior year. Junior, fuck, I'm old. Junior year. But either way, yeah, I tried to parallel park in a spot. It turns out that spot had a gigantic chunk of ice, and so it was like snowy, snowy ice, like where it's packed down and whatnot. I beached it, and so what ended up happening was my one friend pushed against the front of the car. I put in reverse. He gets sprayed with snow because my my front wheels are just spraying because they're in reverse. But while this is happening, there's just shenanigans going on everywhere because it's Rutgers and there's no it's just anarchy because everyone's just running around because it's all snowy and icy on the road and no one's out except for some jackass in a flaming car and a bunch of his friends that came from a ska concert. But
so
either
the
way,
epitome of cool.
Absolutely. And there's just one guy out to do no good, and he kind of just like started approaching the car like, what are you guys doing? None of us noticed what was happening. This guy was clearly blitzed, and little Eric walks over and says, hey man, we'll be out of here in a second. And the guy just grabs Eric's shirt and headbutts him and walks away. And Eric, and like I'm in the middle, like I'm in the car with the window down, screaming at my friends, trying to give directions while I'm mashing on the throttle, trying to get this car. And Eric comes over, is like, "Dude, I just got here." He's like, "Eric, not now."
Shut up! It's like you headbutted or anything.
Eric, I don't care. No,
pretty much how I handled it.
Go away.
And then he finally, like, we got the car freed up, and he finally said what happened. And he pointed to the guy it was, and like. In my head, since all this chaos was happening, little did I realize it's Rutgers, and the last thing that was going to happen with the cops show up because they probably had way worse things to deal with at the time.
And it's Rutgers, so
right. But
Rutgers,
in my head, I was very afraid of them rolling up on a bunch of guys beating the shit out of a drunk person in the middle of a snowy road. So I kind of said, let's just eat it. We felt really terrible about that afterwards. Like it's one of those defeating moments where like I wanted that anime sort of, you hurt my friend, I'll kill you.
Detroit smash! Punch this guy, he just falls over.
5% smash. Yes, Scarlet Knight smash. But we did nothing, and then cried. So I felt so guilty that we didn't.
Sad jerk it.
Yep, that was me and Eric just looking at each other, eyes to eyes, whimpering and masturbating.
Sad masturbation.
Just had to make my dick cry.
Meanwhile, this guy went back to his friend's house and was just like, I just headbutted some nerd earlier.
Fucking nerd. He had his car stuck, so he just went.
Because I forgot also, his girlfriend came over and was just like, I'm so sorry about him. And again, like, I'm in the middle of trying to get my car
well, that's
on.
different if the girlfriend came over and, like, cleared things up.
No, it doesn't. Eric had a fucking welt on his head.
Okay, but also, like, at least somebody came up and, like, said something. It wasn't just this guy randomly did, and you were like, all right, well, fuck it. Like, if somebody actually came up, then I feel like that would have diffused it.
I'm not usually an eye for an eye sort of person.
I understand. Like, yeah, it's still almost like it. I would still say it's kind of justified to get him back, but also, I would feel better is if something happened and then somebody came up and was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry" or whatever. Then, if this guy did it, walked away, and you just did nothing, like there was no context of anyone saying sorry, he whatever. They just, I don't know. I feel like it doesn't solve the situation completely, but I feel like it makes it just a little bit better that somebody came up and said something.
Like maybe a single % better. Like it really.
Well, I'm just saying, I feel like it's a difference between if someone pushes you and kicks you, and then someone's like, "All right, listen, sorry about that." Then if you just got pushed and kicked, and then nothing happened.
But if this was accidental, if maybe this drunk douche thought that Eric was, I don't know, a person that he didn't like.
Well, then also this puts into the context as well is that if you did decide to jump this dude and his girlfriend was there, say,
she can join.
Oh no,
we'll jump her too.
She would call the police, and then she would tell them these guys are attacking my.
Honestly, dude, with the roads the way they were, we would have been. It's now you're getting me all pissed off again.
You told the story.
Yeah, but I didn't expect it to go this way. It's okay.
I didn't expect people to talk about it on this podcast.
The girlfriend said sorry. Everything is okay in the world.
I'm not saying it's all okay, but I feel like I personally would feel better if somebody came and apologized for hitting me.
Hey, Afghanistan. Sorry. Hey, Japan.
My bad.
Sorry. Yo, Third Stalin says sorry.
That's A, that's what we do anyway. B, I don't think the scale of your friend getting headbutted compares to being dropped on twice with a nuke.
It felt that way at the time.
I'm sure it did. I'm sure Eric grew 3 legs and tried to make 1,000 paper cranes and didn't do it. You never heard the story 1,000 paper cranes? The girl had like cancer or something from the radiation poisoning.
No, it's fun. There was starting to make the podcast depressing.
There was a myth. Well, because of radiation, the genetic mutations because of that.
But you got headbutted.
Oh my God, you're missing the point.
Yes, I exaggerated, but point being, no, it did not make anything better. It just did not. But so that was the time Eric got headbutted, and I beached the car. It was fun. I used to be in a band then too. That was also fun.
Remember you quit that band to be an adult?
Yep.
How'd that go?
Now I'm on a podcast.
How's being an adult going?
I feel like being on a podcast is like this version of the 90s. Yeah, I'm in a ska band.
I saw a meme about like it's either you're having a family and buying a house or you're making a podcast with your friends. And I'm like, but
that was actually there was another meme where it was just like kids back in the day. It's like, let's make a band of kids today. Let's make a podcast.
It's fun, believe it or not. I do have
and
a little bit of fun.
You don't need any sort of talent.
I'm getting enraged thinking about a guy that headbutted my best friend now, but usually I'm having fun.
You told the story.
Yeah, but then you tried to justify it with the girlfriend. Now I'm mad.
Your paraphrasing came in, and now I'm upset.
Anywho,
I talked about.
Bob said anywho, so now it's Bob's turn to talk.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Bob, you want to do a brain fart this time, or you actually got something to say?
no, I was hoping one of you guys would jump in front and. I'm not used to being able to talk. Okay.
This is why we cut you off and not let you talk.
We've gotten.
You've said too many words. You've had too much. Go home.
Well, you've been listening to Shootin the Shibby. Good night, everybody.
What do you call it? So, oh my god, I lost my train of thought there for a second. So recently, this past week, AGDQ happened.
Yes.
Awesome Games Done Quick, and holy bejesus.
It was, in fact, awesome.
It was awesome, and wow, dude, the coolest part was I was watching the Super Mario Odyssey run, the darker side. Were you watching that time?
I did, yes.
I donated during that donation train at the end. So the guy was doing this big run. It was to get to the darker side of the moon, which is like the ultimate challenge at the end of the game.
That's where Pink Floyd is.
Yeah. And and it was like right around the 3-hour mark. They were like, all right, everyone donate $5 at 3 hours. Like everyone donate at the same time. And this was to get it to $2 million.
Right.
And the guy who's streaming it was like, oh, I'll get to Darker Side before these guys get to 2 million. Like, I'm going to do it. And so it like as soon as it hit like 3 hours, the thing started going up, and then it wouldn't stop going. And this was at like maybe 1.7 million.
Right.
Like
really?
1.735.
Sweet.
It might have been. And the thing just starts going and going and going, but it's only going by $5 because everyone donated $5. So it's like a counter just going like that, and then like the next one goes, and then it goes, and then it goes, and the guy's trying to get all his moons together to get to 500 to get to the darker side. And the last part he had to do was talk to Toadette to get like achievement moons or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so while he's doing that, the counter's like getting closer and closer and closer, and then they pass like SGDQ 2016's goal. Like they passed the high amount they hit that year. And then he's like, all right, but you can't get to 2 million before I get to darker side. And then like he's almost about to finish his stuff, and then the time, like the counter's getting closer and closer to 2 million.
Right.
And he then thinks he's done with his moons or whatever. So he goes running over to the Odyssey, puts all his moons in. He has 498.
Oh.
And he goes, crap, I forgot 2 moons. Because he had a bet with one of the guys on the couch. If he got there before they hit 2 million, he owed a McDonald's or whatever. So
no,
that's where they got McDonald's from. Okay.
So he's like, oh crap. So he's like running over to the shop to try to buy moons really quick to put them in. But then when past the counter, the entire place goes ape shit. They all start screaming, yeah! Like the chat's going crazy. Like everyone's spamming in the chat. Everyone's going nuts. And
I gotta look this up.
All right,
I gotta look up this moment.
Me.
It was
It was really cool, but it was just like the donation train was going. Chat's going like choo choo.
So pissed. You were on the donation train. I was on the blackout train. This is stupid.
And like as like the counter's going, the guy's doing it. You hear the chat just go Twitch chat, Twitch chat, Twitch chat, and everyone in the chat's just screaming choo choo, and like the total's going crazy.
I like how towards the end of the stream, because I must have rejoined because I was watching, then I stopped, then I was watching again. Where you know how they play the little jingle when you get a moon? Mm-hmm. Everyone in the crowd started
moon,
clapping.
Or it started with them going moon, and then it went like da-da-da-da-da-da. They would clap right at like the end sound.
Well, the best part is the crowd was doing it, and the people who were streaming the game had no idea what was going on, and you know they played da 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 clap.
I like this.
And then
this is a game I could play.
The one guy who's sitting on the couch goes, what the hell? What the hell's going on? And then he gets another moon, and everyone da 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 da
clap.
And he
this
goes,
is fun.
I get it now.
Oh, I get it.
So for the rest of the game, whenever they would get a moon, it was da 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 da.
Because they started out by saying moon. Every time he got a moon, they would just go, moon! And I was like, I thought they were booing me for a second. And every time he turned it in, they would go to the globe. They would go, orb! Because that was just, whenever there's an orb, everyone screamed orb.
That's why people were screaming orb? I was trying to figure that out. That was like through the whole week.
Yeah through the entire week, whenever
too.
Somebody saw an orb, they'd scream orb.
Say what you want about gamers, but they are so original.
I love all the crazy shit they do.
No, that's awesome.
It's the best. Or as soon as somebody screams hype, everyone goes hype.
Well, that's just a Twitch thing in general now.
But I love the atmosphere. I love the community for the GDQs, for AGDQ and SGDQ.
I just love the Twitch community in general, man.
I cannot wait for SGDQ coming the last week of June.
Where's it at?
I think it's in Minnesota.
That's dumb.
And it's a bummer
Shout
for
out
us.
to my Minnesota homies.
I'm happy for everyone who's going to AGDQ next year, but it's a bummer because it's going to be in Orlando, Florida.
Damn. So they just change the location every year?
They got a new hotel for the Maryland one, but then they got another new hotel, and they're like, we're changing to Orlando, Florida. And I was like, shit. Because we were...
That's a shame, because Maryland is so close.
Yeah,
to
Maryland's
us.
pretty close. I was hoping...
It was 3.5 hours away. I already looked.
Yeah, I was like, it's not that bad.
Is that
but
where they've had it for the past few years?
They've had it for a good... I don't think they've ever been to Orlando, Florida.
Well, I'm just saying, is in Maryland, have we just missed out on it all these past years?
I've always just watched it, and like I kind of knew where it was, but I knew it never really was like generally in our area.
Right.
So I just never really thought about going.
You only introduced it to me last year because I had no idea it even existed. But
I started watching like religious, like really watching in like
Speedrunning is
2015.
the coolest thing
I
ever.
first watched it, I think, in 2013, but I just kind of
speedrunning
watched
is cool, but that whole entire
Week is just the best.
and it's just like between the announcers and the donations and the puns people make, and like it's just so much fun to watch. It's not like a normal speed run where you just watch one person do it, and that's still interesting. But it's all about like the entire atmosphere. It's
Because like someone was playing Twilight Princess, and
That
someone made
was
like
a
a
great
pun at one
run.
point. But then all these donations started coming in. Like, why doesn't Ganondorf like sausage? Because he can't stand the Lynx. Or it's like, what did Zelda tell Link when he couldn't get the door open? Triforce. Or it'd just be like stupid puns like that the entire time, and like everyone would be like, "Oh," and then one person's like, "Hey, I liked it." Or there was like,
they get me.
or was a game happen if they didn't die during the level, like they have like donation incentives. So it's like if you don't die during this level, everyone has to donate $10. Or like on the couch or whatever, but it's like it's just these cool things people do. And during the M++ thing, the two commentators for that one were absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend that one. People want to check out what happened this year. Watch the M++ playthrough.
Yeah, that's amazing.
They were really good on that one, and
Yoy.
they had a lot of good streams on this one. They ended it with Super Metroid again in reverse boss order, and Kill the Animals won this time. I was hoping for Spare.
Why would he name himself Kill the Animals?
No, they're at the end of Super Metroid when you escape.
Oh, I thought you
the
were talking
planet.
about like user tags.
No, when you leave the planet, there are these animals you can save, but it doesn't count towards your completion percentage. But it's still something to do, so it's kind of been like a big debate of does it really count?
Right.
And so that's like a big donation incentive they usually do at the end of these. Like they don't do it at all of them, but a lot of them they do it at. Right. And it's always the battle between do you save the animals at the end or do you kill them? People say kill them because you could finish the game faster. You don't have to waste time doing it. But other people say do it because it's still something to do in the game, but it doesn't count towards your like 100% rating.
It's just one of those moral sort of...
Yeah.
do I kill them all or
So throughout most of the marathon, Spare was winning by like a good margin, and then they had like this big push at the end to get kill over, and Spare had it, and then like right as they beat Mother Brain, it was like, all right, where is it? And it's like Kill the Animals just won.
Oh.
And so the guy actually went down, opened the door, but never went in to let the animals out. So he opened the door and then just left. And he never actually went in to be like, all right, animals, you're free. He just opened the door, almost went in, and was just like, psych!
Hey guys,
That sounds like something I would do.
Oh, it was fantastic. But oh my god, I love.
Look, there's clearly a trap. I want to cut a finger off. This way out, or odd ones out, or
Until
Dawn.
A
That's
Way Out
what
is what we're playing after tonight's show too.
Stick around. The stream will go off, but we'll be back on in like 2 minutes.
If you're listening to the
Indeed.
audio version of this, check out the replay of it on twitch.tv/shibby_shack.
We
Indeed.
stream Monday nights.
We do.
We also broadcast live Monday nights.
And then I'll try to stream some point over the week. I don't know what I'll stream, but I'm going to stream something.
You know what? I might try to stream a little PUBG with my brother sometime this week.
Bob's going to stream PUBG.
I'm going to
If my
continue
controller
spending
wants to
money on stuff for my stream rig and then get pissed and it won't work.
Watch Spencer put all this into his streams and do one and never do it again.
Just like how you've had a Switch since it launched, you've played it twice now.
No, I played it more than that now. I actually started playing Super Smash a little bit. I mean, I still want to play Breath of the Wild, but I'm just waiting to the point I can get the stream going perfect. That's
Fair
all I
enough.
want.
Breath of the Wild is a very fun game. I still need to beat that on Master Mode.
I have not played it.
I'm two Divine Beast in, but I still need to finish it on Master Mode.
Well,
What did we learn today?
I was actually about to ask that question.
I learned how to turn on a laser.
First, you're yelling at me about lasers. And Spencer and our live studio attendee are having a laser fight.
I got her.
Laser tag fight.
Oh, that's not fair. You can't hide
So,
behind
Brian,
the couch.
what did you learn?
Let's see. What did I learn today?
Pew pew.
Nothing new, really.
No.
A lot of this stuff I felt like I
Get out of here.
I learned that translating through 10 different languages wasn't as crazy as I thought it'd be.
This
at
is good
times.
content.
There's a few songs that were just like,
It was almost like the robot wrote it.
yeah, it was kind of like the robot wrote it, but
I'm going sniper mode.
I don't know. I guess I need to learn my lyrics better. I'm usually pretty good at lyrics, but
How am I
yeah, let's
dead?
think about that one. But yeah,
How am I dead? This game's stupid.
Spencer, what did you learn?
This game's stupid.
great.
Cool. I learned that apparently Eric got headbutted in New Brunswick.
Eric makes a lot of friends.
So that's neat. Well, anyway, you've been listening to Shootin the Shibby. Don't forget you can like us on Facebook at Shibby Shack
Shit in the
Official.
shooby.
Follow us on Instagram at Shibby Shack Official.
the Scooby.
Like us on iTunes.
Hoop the scoop.
Review us. Give us 5 stars. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't like.
Shoot the
We'll
whoop.
work on that. You can email us at shibbyshackofficial@gmail.com. We are also on Google Music, Spotify, Player.fm, TuneIn Radio, shootintheshibby.podbean.com. Special thanks to Bethany over at Crafter's Quest for making our awesome artwork that you see on the stream, as well as DJ Quads, who is the in-house resident DJ of our show, as well as you can follow and like and subscribe to our Twitch account. Like I said before, if you're watching us live, thank you so much. If you're listening
Follow
to
us.
the podcast version as well, you can follow
Subscribe
us
even.
there at twitch.tv/shibby_shack.
Buy laser tag.
Every Monday we stream the show live, and afterwards we usually try to stream over a game as well.
Why?
So for one final time, for our resident 5-year-old Spencer,
Hi.
and for Brian,
This just goes out to you guys real quick. Follow our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm going to be making a Discord for us.
yay!
Come join our Discord.
I learned how that works.
Come join our Discord. We can play games together and have fun.
That sounds like a blast. So for one final time, I'm Bob. Thank you so much for listening to Shootin the Shibby.
I'm a laser.